left on red.
I joined you like randomly since like I saw the game because like we found out that the name was taken by another game already.
Oh, are you on
And
Clemain Fame?
yes, yes,
Okay,
it's
nice,
me.
nice, nice. Sorry, I was confused.
Yeah, no, the my Twitter handle is different.
Okay.
In the
Yeah, I mean
Twitch
we're
handle.
all creators. We're all familiar with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like having 1,000 handles for 1,000 different things.
Exactly. I have literally like a dozen emails or something. Uh,
Yeah.
one of these is gonna stick, and I think we all think that, right? Uh,
Yeah,
so
actually, originally it should have been called airplane mode, but I was like, no, airplane mode is shit. And then I got into a big fight with the lead developer,
oh
like
no,
with this,
really?
yeah, the actual code, and he wanted to call it flight mode, and we were arguing whether or not it's called airplane mode or flight mode on phones, and apparently it's called both. So we decided to just leave
Wow.
it.
Mutually assured destruction, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
funny funny thing that so I think somebody in the comments mentioned that yours is like one of the most rated.
yeah,
And
yeah, exactly.
so I've heard about the karma system from somebody else in the chat. Apparently, the karma system is like the more you engage with things, the more likely you are to float to the top in random. And here we are in random, and there you are left on red.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I've been like commenting and rating basically everything I could find.
Hell yeah!
So I would
It's
just go and like, what didn't I rate already? And I would just like play everything.
yeah.
This has been my week so far. Like my parents are gonna be without Christmas presents, but it's
Uh,
fine because I had to rate games.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, like the timing of this, because it was like during a bunch of people's finals weeks, and it's also in the holiday season. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I've been scheduled a lot more at work, but I was actually given a 2 week reprieve coincidentally for the game jam where I had only 3 days a week for me to work. So that was really convenient for me because I spent like
Nice.
100 hours a week on Teleco. Uh, don't ask me where those hours went. I don't fucking know. But yeah, like it's been crazy. And again, I'll reiterate, like game jams, I realize are literally just subjecting yourself to crunch, but like on purpose, right? So
Yeah.
it's a crazy
Like
process.
we have a different like kind of idea on this. Like the first one we ever did was crunch for a week. Like everyone was crunching like crazy. And then for the second one, we looked at each other and we were like, okay, so the first thing is we're not gonna crunch unless we really want to do it. So like I like being writing for like 6 hours at night, but not everyone wants to do it. And this time we actually managed not to crunch and to be pretty much done in time.
Hmm.
So some things are not like where we want them to be, but most of it was like ready like first week. And we also managed to do it like, I mean, it's a 5-person team, like so it's easier, like to coordinate stuff and make more stuff in less time. But at the same time, like none of us was actually free the entirety of the jam.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, okay, so I'm not gonna be here for a week and see you guys like in a week. And so we basically managed to do this like having, I don't know, like 3 days where we all together were playing the game and testing the game and finishing it up. But otherwise we were like
Oh wow.
working, yeah, at different timings.
Yeah,
It was
I keep it
it
like
was kind of
emphasizing
crazy.
the importance of testing, right? So the fact that you actually all got together and play tested it for multiple days is incredible. That's
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
almost every single person that's come in here has said the same thing, including myself. Where it's just like, yeah, we really didn't do any testing except for the main developer until the very last moments of the game jam. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
like
it still didn't work out. Like there's stuff that's still left out,
oh yeah,
even if we did
absolutely.
playtest a lot. But
Yeah, I mean it's a
I
game jam. So like,
yeah,
what
yeah,
was
yeah.
your role in it, and like what was the role of your friends, and like how did you get together for this jam?
So we're a collective of like friends. We basically met each other under various circumstances. Like me and the main coder on this game met at a Magic the Gathering tournament. I'm not even joking.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, and also the other coder. Like we
What deck were
we
you
just
running?
met playing Magic. Yeah. No, we were at the pre-release for Ixalan, so it's like we literally just met,
Nice.
and and we were like, I was telling them about the jam I was doing with some other friends, and they were like, "Oh, we went in," and we just did it. Like that was it. So we have a Discord server with multiple people on it, and then whenever there's a new jam, we go, "Oh, so who's available for this one?" And then we start working with the people that we have.
So you're kind of like a big band, but for like a game jam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're
Interesting.
yeah. So this time we only had like five persons team, so we decided to go with this fives.
Mm,
And Libero, it's his first jam as a lead. Like
mhm.
he's never done it before, and he has like 1 month of experience on Godot. Keivan had like 1 week experience on Godot before this.
Nice, nice.
He did the level design for our previous jam game. Antea had never done pixel art before this, but she was already experienced on like art for video games. And then Andrea makes wonderful music, and he's kind of the most experienced one, but he only does the music. And he did some icons when Andrea was doing other stuff.
Oh man.
And I have literally zero experience. Like this is my third jam. I come from movies, and since I thought, like let's just go right for
Like you
video
work
games.
professionally in movies,
Yeah,
and you said this is your third
I
jam.
yes.
Nice, nice. So
So we usually did stuff that was not narrative driven. This time they decided, you know what, it's your turn. Find a narrative
yeah.
idea. And I was taking a plane to go to my girlfriend, and so I got this idea about someone that has to get on a plane and he also has to answer texts. But since you're on a plane, you cannot answer because you have to keep your phone in airplane mode. So he keeps going in and out to check the messages.
Oh man, that's stressful.
Yeah, it kind of is, yes.
I've been in situations like that, and that's already giving me like a bit of cold sweat. Just like
Yeah,
the
and
anticipation of a conversation that you can't have in real time.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And so basically the main idea, I think it's like a bit of Papers, Please, a bit of visual novel stuff, and a bit of stealth.
Hmm. Nice. So I have not played a lot of I've not played a lot of like strongly narratively driven games at this jam so far. I think like Ram had an implicit narrative that was like from the events happening, like you're making an escape and you just kind of piece that together as you go along, which is still good. I like that kind of thing. Beyond the Code had the developer had only like 2 days because he got sick, I believe, and then he had to slap together something that was really strongly atmospheric and it really sold the vibe of what he was going for, but he didn't really get to do a lot of story. And then there's mine, where I tried as hard as I physically could to fit like a self-contained story within 10 minutes that also
Yeah,
had like gameplay in it. So I'm excited because that sounds like a pretty strong premise. Like you said, you come from movies, so like, did you do screenplays or anything? Or, like, how does that mesh in with the
I
jam?
basically like the way I'm working right now is I usually write like I don't know the words in English because I am not
Hmm.
English is not my first language, but like the I write the entirety of the story without dialogues and shit. So just like sorry about the curse words.
I know that's
So
fine. I literally like before I came in here, I was just like, "Fuck, motherfucker!" Like
yeah. So basically, like I just write the entire story and then I try to find um, like really joins into the story so that I can
hmm,
connect them and like see what I need and what I don't need to make it work. So what makes the character stick, what makes like a certain situation really unfold. And then once I found those fundamental joints to the story, then I start working around them to get them into a working position from a game's perspective. So
Hmm.
How do I want the player to get there? Is it needed that the player understands that concept, or it's good if I just hint at it? Does it need to be in the main quest line? Does it need to be in the main dialogues? And also, since this is left to player's choice, like you can basically decide how you want to approach the conversations. The idea was, okay, so we have the unhinged player that wants to have fun, so I have to give him the unhinged answers. Then we have the lawful good player that understands the role playing of the situation and wants to role play the situation. And then I wanted to leave like some in between options.
Okay.
Uh, and
Like
that
edge
made it
cases or
like,
joke endings or something.
and it's like you can answer yes or no to a question, but you can also answer fuck you, or you can answer, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like,
The
I don't know.
the murder hobo answer.
Yeah, the murder hobo answer. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. I'm excited. Do you recommend that I download this or run it through the browser?
um, it runs perfectly smooth in the browser.
Okay, awesome. Uh, I don't. Okay, I'll play this. I'm gonna try like. Uh, how long would you say a playthrough is?
So a playthrough is exactly 10 minutes.
Exactly
It's
10 minutes.
timed. It's actually
Oh,
timed. Like
yo.
the
Okay,
plane.
this kind of reminds me of fuck, what's it called? It's a cell phone visual novel where the hot boys will text you at real hours of the night, and you have to be awake to answer it. Oh, I think you said Smith. I think it's like fuck. It starts with an M. I'm blanking on it. Drag the slider on top of the screen to toggle on and off airplane mode as the messaging apps won't work and good flight apps do, while the airplane mode is off. Will actively interfere with the onboard systems for the plane. If this bar fills completely, crash. This is me. Don't let the flight attendant or the sleepy passenger catch you using the phone. Talk about your airplane mode when they're about to get you. I don't actually know what airplane mode is supposed to do, and I don't know what the consequences of not using it are. Like, if every passenger on the plane were to turn off airplane mode and start streaming Twitch at 1080p, what would happen to the plane? Do you
Okay,
know?
so it's kind of an exaggeration,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it can actually conflict with onboard instruments. It actually happened, and that's why you have airplane mode, because it's supposed to cut off all like communication from the data signals your phone can get. You can still have like Wi-Fi
Hmm,
in airplane mode, but you cannot have like the long distance, because those things could conflict with the radio signals for the plane, so the plane doesn't know where it is anymore, and that can be very bad. But usually, it's not a big deal. Like
right,
if
right,
you've
right.
been on a plane, you sometimes you see people that like not only they leave the phone outside of airplane mode, but they start giving the hotspot to other like,
Oh no.
and yeah, it's kind of crazy. But like, luckily, you shouldn't talk about it, because otherwise people go panic.
Yeah. Uh, I make heavy use of airplane mode, especially when my battery is running low, because
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just like no, I need my battery to last. So all right, let's see what wife's up to. Except, wait, hold on. Am I in airplane mode? Have I already forgotten what I have to do?
There's a bar on the top. You can slide it exactly like a phone. The green bar.
Oh,
Like
the green bar. Oh, I see, I see. Is it true? What are you talking about? I conserve it. Nuclear plants don't explode usually. Instruction manual. Oh, I'm not gonna read this. Hold on. What the fuck? Really?
Yes.
Oh. This is already. Oh, fuck. Oops.
So you have 3 lives.
This is already a really cool concept. I'm really enjoying myself. Let's turn on my flashlight. Have you been cheating on me? What are you talking about? Oh, fuck, somebody else noticed me. Well, it's probably because I have my flashlight on. Does the flashlight do anything?
Yeah, there was a mechanic actually, but we have removed it from the final build because it would have been crazy to put it. So like initially, if you got the bar over 70%, the plane would shut its light, and then the light from your phone would be very visible, and you had to keep your light on to pretend that you weren't. But it was very convoluted, and we were like, no, this doesn't work.
Yeah, it's always sad when you have to strip something out, but at the last second, I have approved pictures of you and this lady. That's impossible. There, wait. Wait, but these don't. All of these seem incriminating. Hold on a second. I have to decide. Nope. Said, huh? Is it you, shitty kid? Hell out of here. Stop looking at me. Go away. Why did you do it? Fuck, dude, fuck. Nope. No, this is super interesting. What's going on with you? Talk with me. Everything is just too much, dude. Listen, like, wife who I probably maybe love, is it stress? I don't know what it is. It's you, stop, I feel depressed, I want to quit everything. Damn, dude, my man needs therapy.
I know, right?
A man needs to seek himself outside of others. I don't know how you feel this way. Do you want anything to talk about when you land? Over. Passenger called flight attendant. Let me know! The power plant is saved. I didn't know you felt this way, Daisy. I almost got it though. Pulled by a flight attendant 1 time, passenger 2 times. Okay, I think we need to get a few endings here. I need to see what this is. Right.
So you actually get both messages from like both chats, and the word chat is related to the guide. So it's gonna give you like tiny enigmas, tiny questions about the guide you have, and you have to like uncover which of the codes you have to input.
No, it's not true. I'm sorry, wifey. I'm sorry, what? My brain is being very smooth right now, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I know how it feels.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about? I do. Cool. Mind me. It's a law-abiding citizen. That child is asleep. Do you take off yet? Get out of the plane. Syria is dead. You keep getting error codes. Holy shit. Answer me now. 100 clown... 100 clown... Shit. Hold on. And I want a divorce. Wait, why do you want a divorce? What a confusing thing to say. I don't know if you're not telling me anything. All I know is it's serious here. We're not getting customer down. Let's do you have strict care. Hey man, the nuclear power plant is in jeopardy, dude. Hold on. Clown. So, what was the first emoji?
It was the 100.
100 clown. Oh, stop. Oh, damn it. Lady, I'm a nuclear worker here. We're fellow nuclear workers. Hold on. Waving devil. Check your phone. Did you show a document called wife? It's over, Joseph. Why'd you do it? I honestly don't know. Damn, my man. Check out the guide for me. Fuck. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Shh. Yes. Waving devil. Yeshi. I feel like somebody's gonna fuck me up soon. Yeah, that child. Hell out of here, dude. Yeah, go back to sleep. What do you mean you don't know? I'm still trying to understand. Input security bypass code. Can't check what it is. Which one is security code? I've got... Wait. Spaghetti clan. God damn, dude. This is wild. I'm diffusing 2 situations at once. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter anyway. Well, shit, I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Hold on, I need to prevent this fucking nuclear power plant from exploding. Fuck. God damn it. Well, the machine just had error code and there's a red box next to it. So hold on. What did I do to save the power plant?
Basically, if you don't give him the first code, the power plant saves itself because usually the first time players wouldn't get the first code. If they're not getting a single code, they're not getting the first code. So if they're not getting the first code, they get a pass out of everything. It's kind of related with the lore, but it's just how it works basically.
You had to put together the lore. Was it in between debating whether it's flight mode or airplane mode?
Yeah, basically, we had.
You're just like, no, listen, wife's connection with the power plant, and then you just like draw a diagram.
Yeah, exactly. I actually have the diagram right over here. Like I have one of those boards.
Oh wow.
With my diagram.
Do you have like a picture of it?
I don't.
Damn, I would love to see that.
No, you don't want to see the singularity.
Ah, damn, dude.
So the codes are like in order. You're always gonna get the first one, and it's a box of a color. So you get like the box of a color, and it's related to one of those three codes.
Let's see, 4123. Why would I lie about it? Yeah, I left the chicken out, or I didn't leave the chicken out to thaw when you said that I should.
Also, there's a very easy way to toggle the airplane mode, which is once you get into a chat, you can just pull the window down. Like you can pull the bar down.
This one?
And the slider. And then you can only... like it stays down if you go into like a chat.
It stays down if you go into a chat. Okay, so I should just leave it. Yeah, that makes sense.
You leave it down. Like it goes up when you click on the chat, but then you can pull it down and read, and then just click it if needed. That's like
yes.
The best strat I've found while playing the game.
It doesn't matter. 200%. I thought you were. Well, I guess that terminated. You're not telling me. Do you have the security guy with you?
She goes into enrage very quickly if you don't answer her.
That makes sense. This is a really cool idea. And it's like, specifically... I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at once.
Yeah.
Let's see what the guide says.
It's meant to be replayed, basically.
4123. Yeah, absolutely. 4120. Let's see what the hell up. Fucking child back there. I'm dealing with adult matters, like nuclear power codes and whatever. Machine is code accept safety counter initialize. Right code, thank you man, no problem. All in a day's work. Also, I cheated on my wife.
Like, the idea was to give the player something very, very hard to do in the beginning, and then the more you play it, the less it becomes hard to, find the right way to go.
Yeah, you kind of just, you have, like, preset routines that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And that allows you to read up on the archived messages, on the guide, like, look for the Easter eggs that we put in, and stuff like that.
Shit, dude, the spaghetti clams. There you are, man. I don't know why we're naming stuff like this at the power plant. Also, the RNG is like, if this is RNG, this has really been blessing me because I have not encountered, and these two are at the same time, so I'm dodging two bullets at once. Let's go.
Yeah, no, that's RNG. That's
cool. Police just showed up here. What did the cops want? Why would they? Did they ask about me? Don't worry about it. Candace, I know you're not gonna leave your wife, but that only means we cannot be together. You can't expect me to be with somebody that's never available. I don't want to be here. Stun. Shit, dude. Man, I'm... This is 3... Hold on. Why were they asking about you? You've been outside since the office, or since this morning, haven't you? No reason. Yeah, man. Let me just check on my My mistress. I don't be here, son. We're done. Be with your wife. I miss you. This is so wrong. Are you coming Saturday? Why are you not answering me anymore? Can I answer Candace? Or is that's just an archive, right?
No, it's an archive.
Sorry, what?
The idea was
Fuck.
the idea was that you could do it, but it was so difficult to program like an entire WhatsApp-like thing.
Hmm. Sorry, this time it's just a bunch of emojis. So it's scared, okay, clown. Scared, okay, clown, eye, skull. Scared. Where the fuck are you? G. Scared. L. O. Blob. Globe. God, good glob, glab. Globe. Can you imagine a power plant being run and like the error codes are a bunch of emojis?
Yeah.
Guess we're all safe. Thank you. I'll leave you your trip. No. Yep. Nothing wrong here. Nothing to see. I'm just diffusing this nuclear situation. But this is kind of funny because it's like I'm sure most of us in our lives have been in high stress situations coming from multiple angles, and like this is very much like that. It's like you have no choice but just be like, all right, wife, fuck off. I guess I did it. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
I have more important things going on. What the fuck is that noise?
And then now you've encountered the big problem of this game.
Oh, have I gone to the end?
Yeah, both quest line are done, but since we sent everything on timer, it's too early for the screen to happen.
It's just like
no one thought of putting like a skip.
Right.
Yeah.
That's classic. That's a classic game jam thing.
Because we were trying it with the goat mode, so we would just skip it to the end. We weren't thinking, oh, how much time does it take? So even though we were playtesting it so much, we basically were just like, okay, we can just go.
Yeah, you have to just developer brain. I totally get it. Last night I was playing RAM, and the developer left in a shortcut to reset the entire game back to the start, and it's a pretty grueling and long game. I have enter mapped to one of my mouse keys, so I accidentally brushed against it and restarted the entire thing. And I was like, why did you do it, dude? And then they were like, I don't remember. Like...
Yeah. Like, we almost left the debug button in the bottom. And honestly, it should have been, like, probably should have been it would have been the good idea, because you could have just landed the plane. Then.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to plug my friend here. While we're in a flight, he made this game, Ultra Wolf Flighter. He just made it in secret, and after I dropped Helico, he was just like, oh, by the way, here's mine, and then he dropped it, and I was like, what the fuck? But it's a really legit game, you should check it out. He doesn't do a lot of marketing on himself, but he has really high karma, so he's been floating to the top as well. But yeah, like, this is funny, like, what's the protagonist's name? Does he have one?
It doesn't. But there's actually a reason for it, and it's in the deleted cutscene that there's not, that should appear at the end, but doesn't anymore. Like, if you get to land the plane, there should start a cutscene, which is not there anymore, but should be. That's just like, it wasn't in the build that we shipped. And the cutscene is the guy with the orange shirt comes to you and asks you if you found the phone.
If you found the phone?
Yeah, and then you hand the phone to the guy because it's not your phone. Which is why you don't know anything about what's going on. That's the entire story.
Wait, so you're handed the phone of the guy who actually cheated and blew up the shit,
exactly.
and you don't actually have anything to do with this nuclear work site.
Exactly.
That's so funny, dude. This is great. I mean, it was already funny on its own. It's just like, alright, you're just playing a total scoundrel. Like, this man is just like... This man is two-timing his wife, he's two-timing his mistress. Like, it's over for this man. And also, there's, like, a nuclear thing going on.
And there's also, like, a bunch of other stuff. Like, there's the mystery of Sirio dying, but you can only get through that mystery if you really go in depth on the wife dialogue. Like, there's if you go like crazy murder hobo, on
Mm.
your wife, then you can get into the serious death
Oh no.
stuff. And it's like, yeah, because why did Syria die? This was like me at like 5 a.m. in the morning, being like, why did Syria die? I
No,
needed Syria
this is
to
all
die.
really great. Uh, yeah, I was wondering. I was just like, okay, so Sirio's dead. Is that literally just the setup for like this guy not having a guy to tell about the control codes? You keep getting Eric
Yeah,
Carson Station. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It should have been like, okay, so it's the reason why he sends you the code, but he's the only one that has the guide. Why does he have the guide? Why is he the only one that has the guide? Why is Syria dead? Why is he cheating on his wife? And why is he departing on the same day that Syria dies? So like all of those questions kept popping up in my head, and there's like a few dialogue lines that go inside these things, so you can
Nice.
actually decide what you feel is the correct answer to it. But then it doesn't matter because you're gonna give the phone back, and it's not you.
Right. You just like irreparably like complicate some random stranger's life, and then
Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
like, here you go. Your life is blown up now, dude.
Yeah. And he actually goes, "Did I get any messages?" And you go, "No."
Oh my god.
And that's how it ends. Like,
That's so funny because I was asking if the protagonist has a name because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm gonna call him John Big Mode. It's just like John Big Mode sitting on a plane, and then it's just like all of this ridiculous shit is happening, and then he just like listlessly just like taps on his phone a little bit. He's being chaos incarnate and just like doing all this shit, and then he just
yeah,
has a pleasant plane ride for the rest of the trip. It's like there it is.
yeah, exactly. That's it. I'm done.
It's like all right,
In the beginning, we wanted to add the third quest line with the lawyer, but then it would have been like mayhem. We'll probably add it to the game after we're done.
yeah.
But we're gonna have to slow down the messages because the wife goes into enrage like really easily. She just starts going, "Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Don't bother anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna call my lawyer."
It's fine because he sex awful fast. But no, this is a great concept, and no offense, this is like extreme scriptwriter brain plot. Like this sounds like a setup to an actual movie or something. Uh,
I mean, I take that as a compliment, honestly. Like,
yeah, yeah. I'm just like I'm not trying to like because when people mention their professions and then I see their games, it's like oh that makes sense. It's just like I don't know. I don't want to make you feel too pigeonholed here because I often feel very pigeonholed. Uh, Stop lying. Well, I guess you got me. But yeah, I'm sure a movie like this that would be like a comedy would be pretty good. I'm imagining just like every once in a while the camera goes back to the guy in the plane, causing some new problem, and then it flashes back down to like the nuclear site, and they're just like, "What the fuck is going on? Has John Bigfoot gotten back to us with the codes?" And it's just like the wife is just like the wife is like going on her own adventure.
and I wanted to put some stuff like you answer to the codes with other emojis because you didn't understand the code at all. So like he goes, I don't know, 100 clown face, scared face, and you go eggplant, sweat drops.
Oh my
know,
god.
Like,
Oh, like you mix up the messages? Oh my god, bro, that's sick. Now this is really fun. I have to wonder, like, okay, so you said it was a time limit of 10 minutes exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's like an event that goes on that goes off at like 9 minutes, and the idea is that you can basically keep working through the chats as long as it goes, and then at some point the event at 9 minutes will stop you.
Okay. Were there any like technical challenges that you faced when doing like pulling off the system? Like you said, you really wanted to cram a lot more into this.
Yeah. There were like 3 big technical challenges. The first one was like gameplay based, so we had to make it feel like it was like the stealth gameplay had to work on its own. In the beginning, we just had flight assistant going up and down, and we wanted that to be like the main mechanic. But then we realized that it would just give the player tiny windows where you had to put the airplane mode, and then like the rest of the time you could be like, thinking of other things. So we decided to add the interference thing, which is very easy to beat, but at the same time it gives you that perspective, and it makes you put on the airplane mode even if you don't have to do it, because there's like the guy sleeping, the door is closed,
Right.
you can keep doing the messages.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors.
Yeah, if you keep closing, like if you keep putting the airplane mode on, then you're gonna miss some messages. So we're just basically fucking with the players with this.
Yeah.
And then we decided to put a guy sleeping because it makes you have to concentrate on the snoring as well. And then like, actually the most interesting part about this was the soundtrack. In the beginning we were going for something slightly different. It should have been like a number of different soundtracks piled onto each other without any sound effects, but just audio cues that were different for every single event in the game. But this was a bit difficult, and our composer was dying already.
Oh no.
So we basically did this only with the flight assistant. So she has the drums. I don't know if you've noticed that they just go crazy when she starts walking to give you the sense of anxiety.
Right. It sounds like I don't know what it is. Like I'm sure I've seen this before, but like comedy bits where the music is just following along with the events, and then and you're right. You mentioned earlier on that the musician was like extremely professional. Like this is, this is a soundtrack. Like
yeah. The main reference for this was Birdman, the soundtrack for Birdman.
That's a good one.
I haven't seen Birdman. I was planning on seeing it like when it first came out, and then I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah,
my friend forced me to watch it.
Yeah,
you should watch it. It's super good.
Can I ask what game you worked on, Montoya?
Left on Read.
Oh, is that the one you're talking about right now?
Yeah, we're playing it, and like I'm picking his brain on the process.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh.
Let me go find it.
Yeah, it's like one of the highest rated for Karma, I think, right now, because their team has been very good about like interacting with the community. Which is another like great thing about the model for this game jam, where it's just like, yeah, you float to the top when you're part of the community.
Yeah, we did the Godot Wild Jam before this one, which is like great, honestly. Like it has been like one of the best experiences I've ever had, because everyone is like, it's really a community, so everyone is just like checking out your game and then telling you what they think about it, but like really honestly, because they know that you're just gonna get better from then on.
Yeah.
They keep it like every month, so there's like less competition about these things. Actually, for this game, I sent it to a guy that I met during the Godot Wild Jam, because I was like, last time you gave me such great advice, and now I want to hear your opinion on it. And it's how I feel about this thing. So I saw them doing this thing where they would like check out all the games, and I was like, okay, I gotta do the same thing, because that's how it works. Like to me, the jam is like, you don't know how to do something, and there's a bunch of people that know how to do something, and they want to explain you how they did it. So
Right.
just go out there and pick their brains until you get, your ideas about how you should do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like I spent 100 hours a week on my project, and I was pretty much the only coding dev, and I also supplemented it with my own sprite work and my own like music contributions. So I was like firing on all cylinders, and my time was just evaporating out of my hands. But like I have a lot of things to say about the project, and after I was done with that, I was just like, man, there's literally like an incentive to go out there and just like talk to all these people and just like comment on their things and like play their games on stream. Because okay, I thought that the moderators were going to be streaming the games, right? I don't think that they actually are, unless Duck is one, but I don't think that they are. But I was under that impression. I was like, you know what? I should stream some of these games because I really want to play these games. Actually, wait. Have you played Teleco? I don't think you have, right?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's great.
Ah, thank you so
I love
much.
the presentation. I really love the presentation. I got like there was a guy talking about a bug, a collision bug in the game.
In this
I
one?
got the same one.
Ah, damn it.
No, it's to me it got into the first part, like right when you get out of the television screen, it starts going up on its own.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why.
I think I might know what that is. So there's these creatures. I call them gawamono because, like, in Japanese, that means like a thing that which roars. They're just
Okay.
roaring creatures, and because they're audio speakers, right? There's one that's hidden in the television until right at the very end when you connect the signal.
Oh, I see.
So there's probably like a wind box that pushes up at you, like when you come out of the TV.
Yeah. But it was playable. Like once you got out of the range, it started. You know, like
Yeah.
it got away. I really like the idea of the volume being the thing you needed to use to make sure that it's so good. And the
Thank you.
presentation, man, the presentation is fucking crazy. In the beginning, where you have like to adjust the antenna. I don't know. It's such a great game. And
It's funny though because like I've discovered that a lot of my peers have never fucked with the TV antenna.
Yeah, look, it's been crazy. Like I'm a 31-year-old, and
Yeah.
I
Same.
remember things. And like even when I'm talking to my girlfriend, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. And like I see like younger people, and we're talking about phones, and they're like, "Wait, what do you mean? Like I don't know, you didn't have a screen that was as big as the phone?" And I'm like, "Dude."
Yeah.
Like we used to turn off our phones. We had to like put the batteries into a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, TV antenna are older than VHS tapes.
Yeah.
My first draft of
This kind
Teleco.
shit.
Yeah, my first draft of Teleco was that she would be in a haunted videotape because you know she's very clearly based on Sadako from The Ring.
Yeah.
And then like before she comes and kills you, you turn on the console and then she gets trapped in the cartridge instead. And then you feel bad even though she was trying to kill you, and then you offer to help break her out. Which I think would be a really funny setup still, but I am planning on developing that Teleco into like a full Steam release, and I'm planning for October because it's like a spooky game. But
You should. You really should do a full release. It's really good.
thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very like, I guess you could say I was playing the director role because I'm very poisoned on anime. Like my brain is just inundated with it, so I'm very concerned with like aesthetics and like presentation and things like that. So I wanted to make sure that like, this for instance, like I wanted to have oh wait, no, I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but
Yeah, I am.
okay, cool. So the controller was meant to be here, and I wanted to have the D-pad moving on its own to make it clear that the console is haunted, and that you're not actually playing the console. It's Teleco moving on her own, and you are just the guy outside with the controller or whatever. So I wanted to make it clear that this is like a second-person experience.
One thing you could have made, like, to make that clearer, like, I knew it because because I heard you talking about it. Like, one thing you could have probably made it is, like, do you remember, like, in the 90s when you had all of those movies about, you know, like, getting sucked into a different dimension, and they had that weird, shitty effect, you know, with circular rings, and people would, like, I don't know, I'm thinking like Spy Kids 3D, you know, that kind of stuff. And they would like enter inside screens and shit. Like if you zoomed in on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the event.
Nice.
Yeah, this is like the nuclear station, you know, exploding.
Yeah, they blew up. Damn. Well, sorry. I mean, I guess you're joining Sirio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean, like the ripple wave effect that comes on the screen when you're doing like a flashback or something.
Exactly. And like you could like do a zoom and a ripple wave, and it will feel like you're getting inside the screen, which means you're getting sucked into it, and then the player instantly knows.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's other details.
This is a bug. Like you have to turn it off and on.
Oh, interesting.
Otherwise, you're like not in airplane mode anymore.
Wait, what?
We realized. Yeah. Like you have to turn it on again.
Wait, like this?
The explosion. Yes, because otherwise it doesn't count as being off. I don't know why.
Strange.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Okay. Well, the power plant exploded. We're about to land. Is this the cutscene that should be triggering?
This is like
I like that.
the second final, the second weird final. ending, but it doesn't have the cutscene.
I
It
like
just
that you put
goes.
the final messages underneath the endings.
Yeah, it's a bit scuffed, but the idea was that since that you could see what was the last thing they wrote to you, because they most likely will either divorce you or die.
Right.
And so like you got divorced, also she died. That's like
Also, she
the
died.
yeah.
Damn, dude.
And like if you get to have another chance with her, but the power plant exploded, it goes like, you got another chance. Unfortunately, she died. Like
Damn, dude. Shit.
yeah.
She's just like,
It
I'm going to go visit. I'm going to go visit Sirio at the plant. Like,
yeah. I mean, sure, you go there. No, it was like, have you ever seen a series of unfortunate events?
I watched a little bit of it. I did read at least one or two of the books as a child.
Yeah. No, I'm a huge fan, and in the series, in the TV show, they made this cards when Lemony Snicket speaks, and they all finish with he's talking about his long lost love, and like in the end, he always goes, "However, you died. Like we were so
Oh.
happy together. However, you died." And I was like, "Oh, I gotta do this."
It's that dry, morbid humor at the end.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like nothing ever works out, dude. It's always unfortunate.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know. Like, I think we need to work on this like a bit more to just make it more polished. But
Yeah, I was gonna
I
ask if
think
you're planning on developing it any further. Like, what kind of endpoint do you want to leave it at?
like to be honest, I would be happy if we just put the timers for messages like a bit higher, remove the idea that you don't land until 10 minutes mark,
Hmm.
and then we just fixed the only bug that we know of, like this bug here, the graphical bug,
Mm.
and then the bug where it doesn't count the airplane mode. Like if we can do this, and we will do this, I'm happy with it. Like the idea behind what we're doing right now is we're doing jams to learn more stuff, you know?
Mm.
So we're not really bothered with the idea of a full release. And actually, can you imagine playing this for an hour? It
Uh,
would be like so stressful.
right. Yeah, you're just dealing with like all of this shit, and then like if you fail, then you have to go all the way back. Uh,
Yeah,
okay, so obviously it has this like stealth element to it. I feel like this would work really well as a visual novel, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was how I started, like thinking of it. Okay, so this is a visual novel. Actually, what I want to do, but no one wants me to do this. Like I've been proposing that I want to do like a dating sim,
yeah.
because I think they're great to tell stories, but like no one wants me to do it. Fucking hate it.
Well, okay, hold on. I mean, so when you pitch your dating sim, like, is this like an H game or like is this just a dating sim?
No, no, just a dating sim. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had two ideas, and the second one was great. I think it was great, but like no one wants. Like whenever I say dating game, they're just like, no, dude, no, stop,
Don't do it. Oh, you're cringe.
stop.
Stop being cringe in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
presence.
stop being. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I think we should embrace cringe a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And also
Everyone's
like,
trying.
okay, for this specific project, the dating sim. Well, okay, maybe you're talking about a different project, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
like a dating sim doesn't need to be like cringy wish fulfillment. Like I think you've demonstrated like you know how to write a story about like even from these like very comedic cutouts, like there is some complexity to them and there are conflicts that are interesting to resolve. Um, and you can explore a lot of different ways to like have a dating sim. Uh, my friends and I often joke about how like or rather lament at that anime always end like after they get together and they kiss and then it's like
yeah. Yes,
yeah, it's
exactly. No
annoying, but
one cares about the after.
yeah, but there are a few series coming out where there is the after, and then you explore that, and it's like way more fun because they have a dynamic now. It's not just will they, won't they. It's like oh, they're together, and this is how they are together because that's more interesting. Um, so yeah, like there's plenty of ways to explore that idea, and I don't think I don't know. I'm in team. You should try a dating sim. Just try it. See how it goes. I'm sure it'll be really interesting. I'll definitely play it.
I'll propose it when, like, now my turn has ended, but next time it's my turn again, I'll be like, guys,
Right?
we're doing a dating sim.
In your collective. Actually, since you so hold on, so you take turns pitching the main idea. Is that what I'm hearing?
Basically, we can all pitch. We do this thing whenever we go into a jam. So the theme gets out, and we get like 6 to 7 hours to think about some shit, and then we discuss it. Everyone's pitch their like very I don't know, basic idea. And
Mm-hmm.
then we do this at lunch. And then at dinner, we talk to each other again and we're like deciding on the one that we want to explore more. So everyone pitches their own idea so that everyone else can build on them. And then at night, we pitch again with the build up on them. And then we pick whatever we want. But the way we've been doing things so far, we've been giving each other like constraints to what we can do and what we cannot do,
Mm-hmm.
and like making a narrative game is not bad per se, but like imagine like building something like an RPG,
Yeah.
and it takes way more time than it takes to build, I don't know, like a shooter, because with a shooter you use like every asset 1,000 times. You don't care. Like
Mm.
it's just the level you have to build. But then, like in an RPG, you put in a dialogue, and that's dead forever. So
Yeah.
the way we've been going at it was like we cannot do narrative stuff unless we get a really good idea that allows us to take very little time into, like implementing it. And this was actually made with a Godot extension called Easy Dialogue, which is amazing.
Okay, maybe
Um,
maybe I should use that. Damn.
yeah, no, it's super good for dialogues. You can basically it makes the diagram, the diagram for dialogues, so you can go from
Oh,
one
okay.
to another, and then you can inject into the dialogue box whatever you want, like the red box thing, green box thing.
Mhm.
That's random. So every time you have to go and check it out. Even the emoji thing, like you have a pool, it randomly picks one, and then it injects it injects the decision into the box,
Mhm.
and then it actually goes and fixes the answers towards what it needs. It's very good, really, really good. Like we never had a technical problem on this on anything related to this project. The only technical problem we had was emojis, because
That's
for
funny.
some reason HTML5 doesn't recognize emojis, and so we
That's silly.
submitted.
Okay, so like literally, if you hold the Windows key and press period, it brings up an emoji like thing. Like I know that some will actually convert emoticons into emojis. Uh,
Yeah. But
uh,
like,
strange.
and the thing was like we thought it was some failing to the fallback font, but it wasn't. It was just not working. And like in the end we had to find those basically what we did was we printed a version that would print out every emoji, and
Um,
then we sorted all the good ones, and then we just adapted everything else to the ones that were good.
so you had to find okay, because like hold on, so like my name right now, uh, on this server, the joystick does not show up very well on desktop,
Yeah.
but like in this protocol, it does actually have the joystick emoji. Is that what you mean? Like you had to find the ones
Yeah.
that converted cleanly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That
annoying.
because otherwise they would give the tofu, like the box.
Yeah, you just get the square.
Yeah, exactly. And so we basically had to print that, and this was done like an hour from submission and like
Oh
two
my
days.
god.
We were
Fuck.
like, wait, everything
Yo,
we're doing doesn't work anymore.
did you ever sit around? Because like during the jam, I kept just like thinking like there's probably like hundreds of different brains out there that are right now fuming over what they're trying to do too, like at the same time as me, and then like imagining like in the hours before the deadline is over, just like imagining how much stress is in the universe right now, just specifically because of this, right? Uh, I like to sit around imagining that kind of thing. So like,
No, we were very chill about it because we knew we had options to solve
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you always
so
want a
like
contingency.
yeah, basically the idea was if ASCII doesn't work, if Unicode doesn't work, then we're just gonna ask them what it works. So we started trying to fix the fallback font before doing anything else because it meant updating the guide, updating the dialog boxes, and all of it. And it was like too much work. So we spent like half an hour on the fallback font, and when we realized that it wasn't gonna work because we didn't know how to make it work, we just went, okay, just print it. We'll see what goes on.
The worst would be if you just like hard coded it to appear like at the specific place. Uh, I kind of have a bug with that in Teleco. Like when you appear in the television and the shader draws the TV screen over you when you like fall out of the TV. Uh,
Hmm.
that's a shader that's specifically dependent on its location on the screen. So Teleco has to be in the exact center of the screen for that to happen. There is a bug
Oh, really?
sometimes where the screen will not go away, and so you can see that the screen is just following her around and how fucked up it is when it's not perfectly centered on the screen. Uh, but like it's a jam, so we're all just like
I mean,
struggling.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
struggling
it's
to
a
figure out
jam.
what works.
It's supposed to not work. Like
Yeah.
last gem, we were playtesting the game, and then like we had like 30 minutes, but we had a solid build already submitted, right?
Hmm.
So we were just fixing stuff and then submitting new builds to fix the previous stuff, right? And then the lead developer in that game, which wasn't doing this jam with us, decided, you know what, we're gonna add two of this element. It was a couple mouse because we had this game with a cat and it had to catch mice. And so basically, he added two, and suddenly he popped it on 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 the on itch, and it didn't work
God.
because there were too many colliders, and he didn't account for that many colliders. So the game started dropping FPS like crazy, and it wasn't even like supposed to have three mice in it. It was supposed to have one, but he decided, you know what, I'm gonna add two because it's funnier.
My
And
God.
it broke the fucking game. It broke the game. We couldn't solve that, and we tried to revert, but the other version didn't have all of the stuff that the new version had, and so we basically put it on and said, just download it, please, because it doesn't work.
Oh my God,
Unless
bro.
your computer is a god, I don't know. Like to some people it worked perfectly, to other people it just couldn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I was really worried because I put all this shit in the thing, and like from what you see, you don't see all the little parts that I was worried about, right?
yeah,
And that's a 3D rendering, so like I was really stressed out about that. Yeah,
no, but it
so
worked great. And like I think it gave a lot more freedom to do stuff because usually in jams they ask you for Linux porting or Mac OS porting.
hmm.
Like when you have to do a Mac OS port and suddenly nothing works anymore, it's
Oh my
just
God,
like
yeah,
wow.
I'm dreading like having to do the Mac OS exporting. I'm not really sure how.
We tried for this one. We tried for
It's
this
like
one.
I don't know. I only know like one person that has a Mac, so I don't know how I would test it, right?
Yeah. No, we had the way to test it, and the lead dev was like, "All right, I'll just try it." And I was in call with him, and he was like, "Okay, I'm trying to port right now."
Hmm.
And the moment he pressed the button, like he had like 1,000 errors, and he was like,
Oh
"Nope,
no,
not doing this." He just closed it. It was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
"I'm done." So
And
yeah,
then he left it on red.
yeah, exactly.
He blew it up and then he finished his plane ride. But yeah, so that was left on red. Your team did a great job. This is a really fun concept. If you polish it up, if you take it to another state, then I would love to see it. I'll definitely be following your team, your collective. But yeah,
We don't have a collective page, but
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Whatever it is that you all are doing, uh, I would love to be kept in the know because this is a very novel and fun concept. Uh,
Sure.
but yeah,
Thank you very much for playing it.
yeah. Thank you for making it, of course.